Hi, this is Vi from Scrappy Mania, and today I'm going to show you how to create this lovely little bracelet. I made it with some cord, and it was some cord that I found in the children aisle. And you can anything you can use. You can use yarn, you can use thin ribbon, you can use even embroidery thread. Any kind of thread can be used for that. Now, the bigger the thread and the bigger the beads, the easier it is for you to crochet. So if you've never crocheted before, because this is a crochet stitch, it's just a simple single crochet and a chain stitch, and you just need a little button. If you don't know how to crochet, I'm going to teach you how to do it here, but there's also a lot of videos out there how to crochet, and the only two stitch that you really need is single crochet and chain stitch. So I'm going to teach you with this bigger yarn. And then I'm going to use some beads. So you're going to need to string your beads before you start your crochet stitch. And you want to string more beads than you think you need, because once you start crocheting, you cannot add beads to your chain. So let me go ahead and move this aside. Once you thread your beads, you don't need your needle anymore. Okay, you want to leave a nice tail. So I'm going to leave about 12 inches, and the tail is going to be used for creating the chain stitch for the loop, and also it is used to put in your button. So you need to leave a nice enough tail in order to give you enough to do either a chain or a button. So in a button. So we're going to do a slip knot, and a slip knot is very easy. It's just go around your finger, hold it at the base of the finger, and then put the working yarn. This is called the working yarn. You're going to put the working yarn and pull it through that that loop, and then just pull. And there's your slip stitch. So let's do it again. You're gonna bring the yarn over your finger. I like to hold it at the bottom here. I take my working yarn, which is the yarn that is feeding off the spool. Bring that yarn up, and then pull it, and there's your slip stitch. So you're going to need, let me see where I put my crochet hook. So I'm going to make it a little tight. So now I'm going to go ahead and chain 2. So how you chain, you're just going to grab some yarn and pull it through the loop. Grab some more yarn. This is chain 1. And pull it through the loop. That's chain 2. So I have 2 chains on there. You're going to go back to the first chain, and you're going to do a single crochet. So you bring, you do 1 crochet, and then single crochet. So now you're ready for your first bead. So you're going to thread your bead. Hold your tail down here, or the stitch that you already formed. Hold it down here. Then you're going to grab the yarn from the top of that bead, and you're going to try to make it as tight as you can. Okay? You're going to turn the bead over, and now I'm going to go back here. Whoops. So you're going to turn your bead over, and then you're going to go into the first stitch. You're going to pull your yarn, and you're going to do single crochet again. And try to do your stitch as tight as you can. I like to do it tight, because that way my bead is not moving all over the place. So 1, and then And sometimes when you do it real tight, it's kind of hard to pull it through, but just keep working until you get the crocheted hook through. So now I'm ready for my second bead, so I'm gonna feed that in. Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull the thread through. So I'm gonna do a single, I'm gonna do one chain. Then I'm gonna turn the bead around. I'm gonna go to my first bead, go under that bead, grab some yarn and do a single crochet. Okay, I'm trying to get it as tight as I can. So you're going to grab your next bead, pull it through, turn your work over. Oops. Okay, turn your work over, and then you're going to go in this bead here, go underneath the bead, grab the thread or the yarn and do another single crochet. And it's harder to, for me, for some reason it's harder for me to use these big old beads. The smaller beads are a little easier to use, but I just wanted to give you how to do it. Okay? So that's how you start creating your beaded bracelet. So let's go ahead and start it, but with a smaller bead. When you use smaller beads and a smaller crochet hook, it's a lot easier to get the stitch a little tighter. So I got about 30 beads, I think, here. Let me put a little more. And you want to go ahead and make, there's 27 beads on here, but I think I'm going to need less because there are bigger than these. So you want to have enough beads to go around your wrist. I'm going to go ahead and bring over my cord. Okay, so I brought over my cord. And then I'm going to feed in my beads. To feed in your beads, you need to make this cord stiff. You can use a needle, but sometimes when you use a big eye needle, it won't fit through with the needle and the cord. See, it won't fit through the whole of your bead. So what I like to do is I like to get some super glue. And this is just from the dollar store, super glue. I get my little baggie. I put some super glue on the tip of that needle. See, it's on the tip of the needle. And then I just rub it here just to make sure that it gets nice and stiff. Okay? And you create a nice little stiff kind of needle. Then it's easy, because it's nice and stiff, it's easy to use that as your needle to feed in your beads. So I'm going to go ahead and feed all these in, and then I will be back. So I have all my beads threaded, and then I'm going to leave about 8 inches of tail. Then I'm going to create my slip knot. And I'm going to be using, this is a 2.25 millimeter hook. And I like this one because I make sure that my hook is going to fit the thread that I'm using or the cord, and this one works very nice. It does work for this. So then I'm going to do a chain 1, chain 2, trying to keep the stitch nice and taut. Then I'm going to go in my first chain, this one right here, and I'm going to do a single crochet. It's always a little tricky the first time you do this, or the first stitch. Okay, I went around. Oops. Let's go ahead and do the same thing here. And there. Went through all of them. So I hope you can see that. So one bead in. Gonna grab the loop. And then make it tight. I want to go ahead and make it tight. Okay. And I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to go into that first stitch. I'm going to go into that first stitch and then pull. Go ahead. Do a single crochet, and there. So I got my first bead in. Okay, and this will even make a nice little necklace like that. Just put it all on one side. That'd be kind of cute little necklace. So now I'm going to go ahead and bead the next one. I'm going to chain 1, turn your work over. You're going to bring the hook on that first bead right here underneath it. Pull, you're going to pull the thread in, or you can pull the thread, and you're going to do a single crochet. And there I have 2. Okay. Gonna bring the next one in. Chain 1. Turn your work over. Go to in this bead, underneath this bead, the last bead that you crocheted in, grab your thread and then do a single crochet. 1, and then 2. Okay, so I have 2. And you're going to keep doing that. So I went ahead and finished with my bracelet. This is a stitch marker, and I want to go ahead and measure it, and let's see. And it looks pretty good because I don't want to make it too tight, even though I need to give it room for the button. and also for the clasp or for the buttonhole. But I want to make sure when I wash dishes I can push it up, and see, I can push it up and pull it down. So that's why I didn't make it too tight right here. So I want to make it a little looser. And I ran out of the beads, these little aqua beads, and I had to add some other blue beads that I had. And that's fine, it's still going to look good. So now I'm going to show you how to create the closure. So we're going to use the button closure instead of a toggle. And so you take your button, I got it set aside, and you want to create your button loop. So the button loop is going to be just a simple chain stitch. So let's go ahead and chain, I don't know, like 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oops, and 10. I'm going to go ahead and put my stitch marker. And I just want to fold it over because I'm going to tie it here, and I'm going to make sure that my button fits through. And see how my button fits through. Let me bring it in. So I'm just going to make sure that I bring it over right here. So I'm going to tie it right at the end right there, and then just make sure that it fits, and see, it fits perfect. So I'm going to cut my thread. Okay, and then you're just going to feed it through. There you go. Now we need to go ahead and put some more. Actually, we need to get a tapestry needle, and I think I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to thread this through. Okay. So I thread my tapestry needle through, and I'm going to go ahead right here on this joint. I'm going to go in and just pull it through. Okay, you're going to go in again and pull it through. And I'm going to go in again, and now I'm going to create a knot. One, two, see, like this. See that? And then I'm going to pull through, and then you're going to use your fingers to really bring that knot down. and just pull it real tight. Right there. And then I'm going to thread this through here. Okay. Could have been a little better, but it's good enough. And then I'm going to cut it right here at this end here. And we're going to take our hypo cement and you're just going to put it where your knot is, so you can secure it in place. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and thread our needle again. Now I'm going to bring my button. And it works best, the buttons that you want to use are ones that have a shank. You really don't want to use any other type of button. I'm going to go up and around again. Okay, so I have it there, put it around again, and then I'm going to go through. And then let's go through here. And pull it very tight. I'm going to cut it right here at the base. And then I'm going to take some hypo cement and just put some on the knot there. So here's my bracelet. Just see how it fits nicely. Look how nice that looks. See, perfect. Nice little bracelet. And I could probably put some charms. Let's go ahead and put a couple of charms. I think it needs something. So let's see what kind of charms I have. I'll show you how to put those on. Let me go ahead and get some charms and I'll be back. Okay, I found two little charms I like. I like this butterfly and I got a Scorpio. Let me put it together and let's see where I want this on. I think I like it here. and one on the other side. So now that I got the jump rings, you're going to need a flat nose plier and 2 flat nose plier. I forgot what the name of this one, but you know, both of them are flat. Flat needle nose, I think, or flat, I don't know what they are. I'm just learning how to make these things, so I don't know what the tools are called. But you need these two so you can open the jump ring. And you want to open your jump ring from side to side. You do not want to, you know, expand it. You want to keep it side to side. And maybe I should put it the other way around. Yeah, that works better. I'm going to go ahead and thread it through my thread right here. So now that I have it threaded, I'm just going to take this and make sure it's nice and flat. Oh, that looks cute. I'm going to do the same thing here. Just open that up. And just close it. Look how pretty that looks. I like it. So I got my 2 charms. So let's put my bracelet on. Let's see how it looks. So here's my bracelet. And here's my necklace. So hope you like this video and thank you for watching. Bye now.